right, Miss Emily, when you are ready.
As Bernard Shaw once said, the single biggest problem in communication is the illusion that has taken place. Hi, my name is Emily Hankins, and I'm here to tell you about how communication is important in a work environment. Communication is very important in a work. It is very important, but is hardly ever done in person anymore. You need to use communication in many situations when working with others, especially your colleagues. This all leads into one big question. How has the development of social media impacted today's work community and their ability to communicate? As said before, communication is key when working with colleagues, whether it is working on a project together or just trying to solve a problem. But would you ever imagine that plants and humans are similar in ways of communicating? There was a study conducted that shows plants have their own social networks. The plants form alliances with each other and have complex relationships between each other. They eavesdrop on each other and help each other by sharing resources. Time-lapse photography was a strong help in helping scientists document these findings. Plants have to truly communicate with each other to stay alive. They have to use each other like those in workplaces. The two very different things use similar strategies to communicate in their everyday lives. Now into studies done for research on social networking environments. Australian Journal of Information Systems are knowledge-intensive environments by nature. However, the management of organizational knowledge in these institutions and the promotion of staff knowledge sharing is neglected. This study was formed over a 12-month period in 3 different cycles. It found that the creation of an enterprise social network enables a knowledge sharing environment and can increase staff knowledge sharing activity. These findings indicate that the barriers to participation are influenced by the prevalent organization structure and culture and a divide between faculty and other staff. These findings conclude to employing social media platforms for knowledge sharing could provide an opportunity for educationalists to better understand the scope and impact of social networking at workplaces. The information journal systems are also conducted research on the impact of social media interactions in enterprise systems at a global telecommunication company in Europe. They used users in 3 countries who use tasks collectively using social media in these organizations. Enables a new form of interaction among employees, which challenges the process of traditional enterprise systems. Studies suggest that to make an enterprise system with diverse work practices, the users need to interact while completing tasks together, and some organizations believe adopting social media tools will help with this. This leads into social media tools. It is believed that using social media tools will provide interactive platforms for individuals and communities in the workplace and will allow the colleagues to communicate within a digital network no matter their physical location. Companies have been strategically implementing social media tools to support their employees and improve their business activities because they have been found to increasingly penetrate workplaces. The role played by social media in a work community is to enhance the sense of presence in an enterprise system. The 2 key roles social media tends to help with is the network of connections that users use and the extent of users exchanging important information. Now this chart shows workers' use of social media at work for many reasons. As shown, taking a mental break is one of the most common reasons an individual uses social media while at work. The least common thing is to ask work-related questions to those inside or outside the workplace. A woman named Adrienne Ott had the opportunity to review copies of a study released by Pierre Quam and how people manage multiple inboxes, including social media, in a workplace. Ott found that social media is a regular part of the workday for many people. The percentage for the research shows social media is increasing and is becoming an important and regular part of business networking. Only 6.8% of the participants say that they use social media only for work purposes. This could mean time spent on social media is more for personal reasons rather than professional reasons. This research suggests that social media has shadowed the divide between business and personal use and could be creating a further issue. The Better Workplaces, Better World website also agrees that social media changed the way people communicate, but it presents a greater opportunity for business in the area of public relations. This article believes that the tools of social media turn into collaborative tools to work, product, and workflow. Now, as said before, social media can be causing a problem in the work field by distracting workers and slowing work production. Yes, social media will help with this, but not completely. To solve the problem of employees getting distracted, companies need to create regulations for the employees to follow. For example, they could create regulations of where you can use your phone in the building. such as a break room. Companies should have guidelines of using social media networks in a company, along with do's and don'ts. But of course, there will be limitations to the solution. Some employees will ignore these guidelines and use their phones anyways, or they will sneak their phones and could cause issues in the workplace for themselves and or others. In conclusion, social media has become a huge part in workplaces. Many companies may not understand the big picture of this or how big of a problem it is. It could cause letting their employees use social media while working. Employees are using their social media while working more for personal reasons rather than work-related reasons. They are taking away from their company by slowing workflow and being distracted. Using social media while working or posting about it could also cause harm to the company. Social media has caused a bigger problem than it should have, and companies need to work with this.
All right. What information did you need before you began your research, and how did that information shape your research?
Well, I needed to know if social media was more of a problem or if it was helping workplaces before doing it, and it helped shape my research by it showing more of problems in a workplace rather than actually helping the workplace.
And let's see, explain the level of certainty you have about your conclusion, your solution, or your recommendations.
Well, as a conclusion, I'm saying that the social media is distracting workers because they're using it more for personal use rather than for professional use. And I'm pretty certain about that because with experience and hearing other people, they use social media more like Facebook with communicating others outside the workplace and actually using it to like email their colleagues or their boss or something. And my solution and limitation, of course, there's always the limitation to them using do's and don'ts and regulations to their policies because people are always going to break the rules.
All right, thank you.